Ticks. They're the worst. God made a couple of things that may be mistakes. To me, the tick. I don't know what God was thinking when he made a tick. Ticks are disgusting little creatures that harbor all kinds of disgusting and nasty, horrifying diseases. You know, they wallow around in excrement and dirt. I don't like dirt. Not that fond of excrement either. But I gotta tell you, last year, I came down with a nasty case of Lyme disease. No one ever says, boy, I came down with a lyrical and pleasing case of Lyme disease. All Lyme disease sucks. Anyway, I'm one of the lucky ones in the Lyme disease story. I know some people who have gotten way messed up on Lyme disease. Some people who have it can't get rid of it. They've been on all kinds of medications. They've done their antibiotics and they're on it constantly. And they can't shake it. And of course, it drives people batshit crazy with all the horrifying things that happen. I was lucky. I was one of the lucky ones. I dodged a serious tick-borne bullet on that one. Now, why am I bringing this up? Couple things. First of all, apparently there's this new virus that you can get from a tick, and I forgot the name of it, but it's something like something or other. Anyway, allegedly it's worse than Lyme disease. Imagine that, something worse than Lyme disease. I know a woman who has no use of her intestines because of Lyme disease. I know someone who has been in a wheelchair because they don't have the ability to stop the convulsions or the epileptic seizures that they've developed because of Lyme disease. And now you're telling me there's something worse? What could be worse than that shit? Losing control of your intestines. Not your bowels, your intestines. That's like getting crazy with the Lyme disease. And now there's something out there that's worse. Now I'm trying to think, when God invented all the creatures of the earth, he kind of put us there with a purpose in mind. Like we all had to do a certain job. Bees make honey, giraffes eat leaves, tall leaves from trees, which are totally necessary. Seals get to balance balls in their nose and entertain humans. Those kinds of things. But ticks, I see absolutely no purpose for ticks. And I would like to propose that we try to either eradicate these sons of bitches, or we all start wearing flea and tick collars, because this shit's nasty. When I had it, I had unbearable headaches, miserable joint pain, and I mean all my joints, not just that one joint. That stayed pain-free, thank goodness. Bell's palsy, and then mood swings like you wouldn't fucking believe, really. I was not pleasant. And then extraordinary exhaustion. I had all that stuff. And it's all because I was bit by a tick. A tick who, in particular, was somewhat of an asshole. I don't know the name of this tick. I don't know what his friends thought of him. I don't know what people say behind his back or what other ticks are saying behind his back. All I know is that in my world, this tick was a son of a bitch. And now, somehow, these ticks have unionized and figured out another way to mess up human lives. Please explain to me why exactly we have them. Why are they here? What are they doing? Lyme disease by itself, and by the way, Lyme disease is like one of only a handful of horrifying and mystical conditions that you can catch from a tick bite. But Lyme disease is the more popular. Everybody wants it. Lyme disease is almost at epidemic proportions. Do you realize there are more people who have Lyme disease than have AIDS? There are more people who have Lyme disease than have other horrifying diseases. It's spreading like crazy, and no one seems to know how to get a handle on this. And the medical community is somewhat stumped because they're not all convinced that chronic Lyme disease is really chronic Lyme disease. I mean, how is that? Because Lyme disease shows up as several different kinds of conditions, like meningitis or something worse. Something needs to be done. If you think you have Lyme disease, get the blood test. Go see a neurologist. Go see an infectious disease specialist and get this shit taken care of. If you're one of the poor souls that has to go through the chronic stages of Lyme disease, you have my sympathy and my prayers. But something needs to be done. We need to start taking Lyme disease seriously and fuck these ticks up.